My hyperhidrosis story. Yee! Okay, so where do I begin? Ooh. Hey my friends, it's yours truly, Ashley Beauty, and I'm coming back to you today with another video. I love saying that because it means consistency. Okay, so today I want to talk about my hyperhidrosis story. Like, I hate being like, oh, like, I don't want to sound like a fucking reporter. I just want to talk. Like, no matter what it is, I don't know what I really want to call y'all. Like, I say my friends, my beauties, y'all are all of that. But when we become strong, like, subscriber strong, like up there, then we can just like figure it out, like whatever. But for the most part, y'all my friends. Hey my friends. I call my neighbor when I see her, hey my friend. So anyway, I just want to talk about my hyperhidrosis story. Yee! Okay, so where do I begin? Ooh. Right now, I would probably be getting clammy right now. Like, you know what? It kind of feels like my hands are about to get clammy because I'm about to talk about something that I thought I would never talk to the world about, but they're not. They're dry. Like, it's all in your mind. Like, my mind playing a trick on me. Like, bitch, your hands are gonna start sweating. Your hands are gonna start sweating. No, they're not. Get out of my head. And they're not gonna start sweating because I cured them, but we'll talk about that later. So right now, this is just for those people who are experiencing hyperhidrosis, or if you know, ooh, bye cute. Hey, if you hear something in the back, that's my aromatherapy. I have an aromatherapy diffuser, and right now I'm inhaling lemongrass. And lemongrass is very rejuvenating, and I think it's like an antidepressant too. So yeah, I was feeling like when I woke up this morning, I was feeling like, oh, I'm tired. I said, I had to get me an iron pill, some vitamin C, and whatever else I take. And I said, let me get on my aromatherapy because that's just what I do. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, this is for people who are experiencing hyperhidrosis. They're going through it. I can relate to you. Maybe lots of people don't talk about it because they're embarrassed or just feel like, what's the point? Because who's gonna take this serious? Because I have heard people say, you sweat. Okay, big deal. We all sweat. Yeah, we all sweat, but we all don't sweat like, like we're a fucking, excuse my language, but like we are like a literal shower head or something. Like, that's what hyperhidrosis is. When you have hyperhidrosis, you don't sweat like the average person. You sweat like somebody just turned the faucet on. And then so also maybe you don't have it, but maybe you could still benefit from this video by helping someone else. Like, share the video, because all people really want is someone to relate to, and I want to be that person. Okay, like, I'm ready to tell a story, and I expose myself. That's what I do. I don't worry about anyone exposing me because I expose my damn self. Okay, you got any questions? You got any comments? Let me know. Hit me up, okay? And I want to hear everybody's story about what you go through. Don't be ashamed. Or if you're not that proud yet to, like, I don't give a crap about what somebody say, you can DM me or whatever. I'm on Instagram at Ashley Beauty Official, and on Facebook at Ashley 3X. 3X is like 3 times, but it's 3X. Ashley 3X. So let's just get into it. As far back as I can remember, I started noticing, like, I don't know if you're born with hyperhidrosis, but I know that I didn't have this issue growing up, or at least I didn't notice it. I didn't start noticing symptoms of hyperhidrosis until my junior year of high school. By this time, I already had a boyfriend and we were going steady. So it didn't even really matter. Like, it was weird, but I would talk to him about it because by this time, we was like maybe 2, 3 years into our relationship. So it was like, whatever. I'm not embarrassed to tell you what I'm going through. But the first thing I noticed with my hands, like, it wasn't like full blown sweat yet. I can describe it as clammy. And like as a kid, I used to be shy, but I grew out of that quick. Like by the time I left middle school, I wasn't shy no more. Okay, I was over that. It's no point in being shy. You know, you gotta live life. Um, so it's like this don't got nothing to do with me being nervous about nothing or being shy because it could be times where I'm just chilling. The AC could be on full blast, and now all of a sudden I feel like I'm a full live heater. Like you know, like my hands would start to get clammy. I'm gonna describe it at that, like that at first. Clammy. Clammy is just a little bit moist, and then they'll get dry. And then it's like because my hands was back and forth from clammy to dry, from clammy to dry, I noticed my hands started peeling. Like the actual palm of my hand would be just peeling, you know, and I would like put lotion. It seemed like lotion would make it worse, or I would wash my hands and it'll be okay for a while. But I never knew that this was a thing. I'm just thinking like, I don't know, maybe I'm just hot or maybe I really am nervous about something, but I don't know what it is. So it's something that you just put to the back of your mind like, okay, I'm going on with life. I don't know. I didn't know that it was called hyperhidrosis at the time. And for those of you who don't know, it's different forms of hyperhidrosis. Like for example, I had palmar hyperhidrosis, so I only really sweat from my hands. And then at one point, it kind of seemed like when I was in like the terrible severe stages, like it was starting to go to my feet, but I didn't really have a problem with my feet. And confirmation of that was because I could wear heels for no problem, you know, never. So really for myself, it was more palmar hyperhidrosis. If you sweat from your feet profusely to the point where it really is hyperhidrosis, then that's called plantar hyperhidrosis. Um, I believe when you sweat from your face, it's called gustatory. And anything can trigger it. Like you could just eat like a spicy pepper and then you're gonna shh, shh, shh. So you may have triggers like that, but that's related to food, or it just could just happen for no freaking reason, and like it's like your fucking face is raining, you know. What else? You probably could just have, I think it's possible to have just full body hyperhidrosis where it could occur on any body part. I don't think hyperhidrosis is limited to just one body part, but you hear, oh, don't forget about the armpits. There's axillary hyperhidrosis where you sweat profusely from your armpits. And I like now see that's the one that was highly promoted. You know, like I would hear about, you know, people going through axillary more than palmar. And that was what kind of made me feel at the time like, damn, like solo, like I think I'm going through this alone because I ain't never heard nobody say they sweating from their hands. You know, I don't hear nobody talking about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just deal with it and figure it out and just find ways to mask it and just get through life. That's what my mentality was back then. You know, like when I got past like high school and it was really starting to like pick up and become severe for me, like it got to the point where um I would go like it was starting to mess with my social life. You know, I didn't want to be interactive with people. I'm already a person that's like to myself already. When it's time to be a social butterfly, I know how to turn it on. But my preference is just to be to myself. It's not because I'm standoffish. It's not because I'm snobbish or uppity my nose up. No. I mean, I feel like I'm my own best company. I like to chill by myself. I never been like type of person that run with cliques. You know how it is when you at work or when you at school, you got the cliques over here. You know, I'm that girl. If I ain't working, I'm on my break. You see me over in the corner reading a novel or something like that, and then somebody come up and you asking you what's wrong with you. But anyway, this ain't even about that. I'm just saying like, um, social, like, I mean, just like thinking about it, like social interaction was hard for me. So it's like I'm trying to say that just because I was to myself doesn't mean that I didn't know how to interact with people. I would. When it's time to turn it on, I would turn it on. And just like thinking back about things, I'm having flashbacks and it's making me like, I can't believe I went through this. I'm counting the years, and it's like if I started experiencing this junior year of high school, that means I'm like 16, 17 at the time. So I've gone through this battle with hyperhidrosis for 15 years, and that's like about half my life. And that's just, I'm thinking back like, damn, Ash, you're the real MVP. For real, because I had to deal with it. This is really a thing. And then like in a world where you don't hear nobody talking about it, so you think it's just you. In a world where people who you do talk to them about, they're like, okay, you sweat. Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't get it. Now, okay. Okay, so when I say like social interactions, I'm talking about like activities. Like, for example, I kind of fell back from church. Look, Lord. I still got a relationship with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They say the Lord everywhere. So I was like, I'm going to just fall back from the building for a little bit. And I'm going to just do the praise break at home. You know, bump the Yolanda Adams and all that. The battle is not yours. Lord, please get me up out of this. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got the children's Bible right here. I got this for my baby. You know what I'm saying? Read the Bible. And if you can't understand, because I didn't always understand the other, the real Bible, um, the Old Testament, New Testament. Sometimes it just don't. Damn, my auntie bought me one like how they break it down for you. So I got a book like that for myself, but I got this one for my baby. So this one, who is this by anyway? Dave Streller. Go check out Dave Streller because I had bought this from Walmart for $12.99. And yeah, break it down for the kids, and I like it too. You see, I got it on my bed because I sleep with the Bible on my bed now. Okay? Listen, I ain't with the negative energy. Okay, back to where I was at. Yeah, you know how the pastor be like, I don't know about other religions, but like in Christianity, Baptist churches and stuff, the black pastor be like, all right now. Now I want you to just turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, I love you, and shake your neighbor's hand. Pastor, now why I got to shake my neighbor's hand? Why can't I just say I love you? So here go me. My neighbor trying to shake my hand and I'm just like, and like just hug. Oh, yeah, I'm over here lying in church about something. Oh, I'm not really, a handshaker. I'm more of a hugger, knowing darn well I don't want to hug your mustache. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's how you learn to duck and dodge when you got hyperhidrosis. You don't really want to, And then it's like growing up as a kid, you ain't really, the boys did all this. You ain't, but back then we was like dapping, like, so that was all good. You know what I'm saying? We was just dapping. But even then, I didn't have this situation. So even if I did have it back then, like when I was that little, I listen, all we did was dap. So it wasn't even a problem for me. But listen, so it was things like church, and then like when they do the benediction, you gotta hold hands and then sing this like song that feel like it's lasting for 30 minutes, sweet and all this. I say I got to back up because this is embarrassing me. I don't want to have to always explain why my hand is like this because, honey, I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out too. People is not really sensitive. They'll just be making all kind of comments. And I just got to fall back. So I'm also not like, now picture me. I'm already to myself. Now I'm falling back even more. So I'm like a recliner chair on people like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not interacting with y'all. So what else? Now don't let me get on job interviews. Now the job interview was almost kind of like the worst because ain't no way around that handshake. Ain't no way around that handshake, bro. When you go in there for that job, because it's professional, you got to, stand up straight, walk up in there. Hey, how you doing? I'm Ashley. I'm here to interview for the position. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't even got no napkin. But I see, because I don't need no napkin. Yeah, I don't need no napkin today. But I'm going to tell y'all about that later, though. Listen to my story. Okay. So I walk up in the interview, and every time, and I done been on many interviews, y'all, and I ain't ashamed. Yeah, I done been on plenty of interviews, so I got experience with the interviews. I ain't nervous to go on nobody interview. Listen, when it comes to a job interview, I can sell water to a well. I ain't even playing with you. I ain't nervous. I ain't shy when it comes to an interview, and I should start a consulting firm about job interview skills. I can get you right. I can get you hired. I might look into that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, for real. Everybody know, oh, Ash got the interview, Ash got the job. You already know. But because now I'm saying I ain't nervous, but my hands saying something else. They saying I'm nervous. I will never forget this one interview. This is back then when I was a medical assistant. I don't know why I say back then. I'm still a medical assistant. I still got my damn diploma. I'm just not working as one, you know? But I was applying for a position as a medical assistant, or as they call it in the hospital, a PCA, because you were assisting the nurse. And I was interviewing with the head nurse. She was the director of nursing, right? So that position probably just like right up under the CNO. The CNO is the chief nursing officer. Now the CNO is the lady who is a nurse, but she don't wear scrubs to the hospital. She got her own office, probably next to the COO or the CEO. You feel me? But this is the director of nursing. So I'm applying to her. I walk in her office. First thing, I'm like, here you go. I already got the napkin in my hand, and I'm thinking that it's going to work, knowing darn well I know it ain't going to work. But I'm trying to psych my mind out. By the time I get to her office, they got me waiting, building up all this anticipation and anxiety. The napkin is drenched. They be talking about them, the napkins on these commercials, talking about quilted, feel like a blanket, da-da-da-da. Forget that. Y'all napkin people need to hire somebody who got hyperhidrosis, and that's going to really put your napkins to the test, okay? That napkin, I could squeeze that napkin and it would, okay? That's how it was. So that napkin was pointless holding on to it. So what's next? You already know what's next. If you got hyperhidrosis, tell me what's next. I'll wait. Is this move right here. First you're going, okay, so we done got cut off, but we're going to get back to it. See, the devil is a liar, and he don't want me to tell my story, and he don't want me to put God into it either. But I'm going to tell this story, and y'all share this video, because somebody need to hear this story. Now back to it. Where we was at? Right here. We in a job interview, right? Doing all this right here. Then what come next after that? You got long sleeves on? You got to get your hand in there like this here. And you, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, Ashley, I'm here to interview. And then guess what she said? Even with this, oh, somebody's nervous. Shit. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nervous. It's just my hands. I don't know what's wrong with me. You know? And it's crazy because situations like this, I be praying, right? Before the situation, even though I got the napkin in my hand, maybe God was like, you ain't got no faith in me. You're praying because you got the napkin in your hand. But I be praying like, Lord, please don't let my hands start sweating. Please don't let my hands start sweating, Lord. And then now I come to interview and I still do this. She can feel it even through the thing on thick ass sleeve. Hey, how you doing? Oh, somebody's nervous. And I'm just like in my head, Lord, why do you hate me? But whatever, guess what though? She was asking me all these questions. I'm talking about she was grilling me scenario after scenario. What would you do in this situation about this patient? This patient got this, what would you do? The nurse over here like this, what would you do? What's this, what's that? Do you know what the latest flu out right now? Let me tell you something, sidebar. The flu be dropping every year like the new pair of Jordans. Like, what you mean what flew out this year? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But it's just like, it's all good because even though this is trying to knock me off my square, I'm still in my head like, of that, I didn't come this far. Because I know that this was going to happen to me anyway. So why would I come this far, get dressed all up, practice and practice all my questions, steam, iron, and starch my scrubs to go interview. Yeah, I interview in scrubs too. That's another way how you can like pull these jobs off because you got to go to the job the way how they dress. I found out what color they wearing. I wore the same color so she can envision me in that position. That's a trick right there, man. I gotta make a video about this. How to ace your next job interview coming soon. But anyway, she asked me all these questions. And I feel like me and her playing like, what's the sport name? Like, tennis, volleyball, ping pong. Cause like the ball going, She asked me a question. I answered back. I'm over here feeling like Serena. I'm like, God, ask me a question. God, ask me a question. God. Okay? I got this. I'm confident. So how about this? You know what I'm saying? She got to be smooth with it. She gets up. The interview over. We got to shake hands again. God damn. So, you know, I'm trying to see if she making sure. I'm trying to make sure she ain't watching me the whole time I'm talking. I'm kind, but, you know, I'm doing one of these, acting like I'm itching a little bit, looking like a little baser, like acting like I'm itching and shit. You know what I'm saying? Acting like I'm cold, doing one of these. You know, because I know it's about to be time to wrap it up. So now she gets up, okay, like, thank you for coming out, Ashley. And then she hit me with the, we gonna call you. And I'm like, okay. And I know my hand's still clammy. Like, even if I dried it off, it may not be dripping how it was. It's still clammy. I'ma still shake that hand like I'm the motherfucking president or something. I'm going, you know, you gotta have a firm handshake. Because if you ain't got that firm handshake, it ain't believable. Sure enough, I got the job, y'all. Like, of course, you know. So just know, do not let, like, this hyperhidrosis shit, especially the ones that got it on the hands. You know, like, don't let it defeat you. Because one thing I can say about this condition, I may have let it mess with my confidence a little bit in certain situations, but I ain't never let it defeat me. I just learned how to live with it because I knew I wasn't going to be living with it forever. I'm like, I'm going to find a cure. I'm going to find a way. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to keep asking the Lord to lead me, and we're going to figure this out. I kept saying for a long time, I can't believe it, I've been saying it for 15 years, I am not going to live with this forever. I'm going to find a way. So one thing I never let this condition do is defeat me. You know, sure, before I, like, if you living with this, any little thing you do, even if you're not going to interact with somebody else, I don't even like driving. And not necessarily because of this condition. It's because I just, you know, I'm living in Florida. Road rage is real. You know, it's real crowded out here. It's bumper to bumper. I ain't got time for it. I like to be chauffeur. It's going to be times where I got to get in the car and crank up and handle my business. So even with the steering wheel, like, the steering wheel could get slippery, and that shit is dangerous. If you driving and your hands are slippery, you don't got no grip on that wheel, like, you liable to cause an accident. I done been in a few accidents, but it wasn't because of that. You know what I'm saying? People be hitting me. It wasn't because of that. So you're going to be looking back at this all these years later trying to come back for me and reverse the suit. It wasn't because of that. But anyway, this condition, I feel, is a real disability. And I feel that I should have been able to collect the check on this. Or if I'm interested, I should have been able to get the cure for this. I'm going to tell you about that later. You know what I'm saying? This is a real condition, and it really affects people's lives. You know what I'm saying? You could, no, that is dangerous. So I'm driving, and it's like, it don't be all the time. People be thinking because you have pulmonary hyperhidrosis, well, at least in my situation, I wasn't like that 24/7. No, it comes and goes, and I have no control over it. I can't say when it's gonna come. I do know anxiety and nervousness, like, makes it worse, but I wouldn't say that that's what triggered it, because it could be times that I'm not even nervous and it just happens. It could be times where it's like cool, and you know, and like, you know, like, it's like I'm burning my AC and it's like I'm fine. But what I did notice is that when I'm home, it used to be like either not happening at all, or if it was happening, it was like to a minimum. Like, well, I could just describe it as clammy. But whenever I entered the outside world, because that's something that I was going through, then it would get profuse. Because I'm the type of person, I'm a homebody. I feel safe in my home. I really don't like going outside. If I need something from the store, or like, I don't know, this could be my own going, something with me mentally, but it's like something about being out and around people. I always felt like, oh, you know, a little paranoid around people. I don't really want to, you know, I think that got something to do maybe with bullying too. Like, it's like maybe like a number of things why I'm that way. I don't know. Haven't sat down and spoke to no therapist, but I just know that that's how I act when I get around too many people. I sometimes I get like, I don't feel safe. I want to go home, you know. So then I may send somebody else to go, hey, can you go to the store, get that for me? Can you go do this? Because I don't really want to interact with people. But that was how I was then. I'm still kind of that way now, but a lot less. And also it's a lot better because I don't have to worry about this condition, you know. And I also think this condition really made my depression even worse, you know. Because I admit that too. That could be another video. I don't even really want to get all into that because then my mood gonna change. Oh, somebody's calling. Not now. Yeah, I don't want to get into all that because then my mood gonna change. But the truth is, like, I do suffer from depression, and this condition I felt did exacerbate my depression. That's another video. Don't really want to speak on that right now. But y'all see what I'm getting at. It's like a lot of situations I could talk about. I wanted to highlight the most relevant ones. You know, as far as like a relationship, like with the, you know, with your partner. I was with the same guy, you know, that I'm with him now to this day. But that's my high school sweetheart. You know, we was already in a relationship before I started experiencing this hand thing. So he didn't give a damn about that. Like we together, we in love. So okay, whatever you're going through, let's figure it out. Like, so, and I'm just bringing that up because you may not be in a relationship. You may be on the dating scene, and it's like, damn, how am I going to meet somebody? How am I going to hold hands with somebody? How, you know how you like to touch the man's face and do things like that, or, you know, hold hands the most. Like, how you going to do that if you got this condition? So I can imagine what that would feel like. But in my situation, you know, with my boyfriend, he knew about it, and you know, we will hold hands and stuff. And then it's like he never, what I loved about him, he never made me feel like ill, like disgusting, because if it starts happening, because like we could hold hands and be just fine, and then all of a sudden, like if I just start thinking about it, it's like the shit is gonna start happening, and I'm like, oh, just because I just fucking thought about it, like you know, then it's just gonna start. So if I just like we could be holding hands, and then I'll just break away, and then he don't say nothing because he already know what it is. He not gonna put it out there and be like, "Are your hands sweating?" or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna ask me a dumbass question because he already know what I'm going through. So why make me feel even worse about something that I don't even know why it's happening, or something that I can't even explain? So kudos to him for that. And he made the journey, I feel like, a little bit easier for me because he was like the one who could really understand and didn't make me feel like some type of way about it, you know. So if you going through this and you have a boyfriend, then you should tell him, like, let him know, like, this is what it is. Don't not tell him what's going on with you, and then when you snatch your hand away or something like that, oh, don't touch me, da, 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 then he think that you got an attitude, then you breaking up with your man, or he breaking up with you about some dumb shit. Because if he love you, he gonna be like, okay, whatever. And the guy don't really care about that anyway. Like, the guy just, ladies, y'all know what it is already. A guy don't give a fuck about no shit like that. Like, bitch, how you look? What? I ain't gonna say nothing else. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how these dudes is. They don't give a fuck about the little shit. You know what I'm saying? But what else can I say? I just want to like really like wrap this up. But yeah, and you know, I don't want to leave out people who are like just on a dating scene and like don't know what to do. You know, what I would say to you, don't worry about that, because you know, a guy shouldn't be your main concern. And if a guy makes you feel disgusting, because you are like, you have a condition that's beyond your control, then that's great that he showed you that right now, because he ain't the one, sis. Like, and don't make a man your main concern. Like, focus on something else. Focus how you can better the condition. Look at videos like this for motivation. Get through life. Like I said, it may have you know, teeter-totted my confidence in some situations, or most, but I never let it defeat me when it came to fulfilling what I want to do in life. So don't let it defeat you in that way. I never said, oh, I'm not going to do something because of the condition. It may have, messed up my confidence a little bit, but when it's something that I really wanted to do that pertains to bettering myself, I did it. Okay? Like, for example, I've been wanting to go to beauty school like since I was 19 years old. I mean, it's like many reasons why I put that off. But one of the reasons that I used to, well, not why I put it off. I never put off beauty school because of my condition, because I was going to enroll. I don't remember like what year that was. It wasn't beauty school. I was going to enroll into a massage therapy program at Miami-Dade. But my application ended up getting denied because my student loan wasn't on track. So I had to fix my student loan. Like, so make sure before you enroll into a program, your student loans is in good standing, okay? I'm going to just let you know that now. Don't mess over them student loans, okay? They got all kind of rehab programs. Yes, even for your student loans. If you got a student loan, don't mess that up. That's kind of like messing with the IRS. You don't want to mess with nothing the government is giving you, okay? Keep things on track. Everything on track now. But me, I believe in science, so maybe it wasn't even meant for me to go at that point in time. But I swear, I went ahead and applied, but I would have been a massage therapist if I was able to get into that program. But guess what? Later on, I ended up finding something better when I ended up going to Aveda. They had a dual spa program. I became an esthetician and a massage therapist all in one program. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, things really do get better, and it's like sometimes when you think you want something or you need something or it's right for you at this time, maybe it's not. Maybe you rushing your season. Maybe you should wait a little bit, because something better gonna come. And I'm actually happy, even though I wanted to go to beauty school when I was a teenager, that's really my only regret, that I didn't start sooner. But it ain't like I wasn't trying to start. I just feel like maybe it was just meant for me to go there now. I went through many of other jobs. I went through many other professions. And some traits in other professions, I don't feel like they were in vain. I was able to take skills I've learned and apply them to the industry that I'm in now. Like, I'm in the beauty world. Like, it's beyond, I do massage. I do facials. I do makeup. Mani-pedi, like anything you want in the beauty and wellness industry, I'm able to do. So, and it's like, especially like my healthcare experience, like I've learned to like take over skills that I learned, like for example, with massage, we have to do soap notes. Like, go figure, like you would think that like soap notes, like wouldn't that just be limited to hospital? But I mean, because like you're manipulating someone's body tissues and muscles and things like that, something could go wrong. You got to cover yourself. You got to be able to chart, on what you did and what you gave. Even if I give them a bottle of water, I'm charting. Client giving bottle of water. I even know if it's room temperature or cold, like whatever. And that's just something that came easy to me because I'm used to covering myself and charting on patients from the hospital, But I don't want to just, I'm always going all over the place, but I think everything all kind of just correlates to one another. I want to be as real as possible. I want to be relatable as possible. And the only way to be relatable is to be open. You can't just say, oh, I'm going through this, and then don't give no backstory or things you've been through. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, I'm an open book. If somebody asks me, if you ask me something and you truly want to know, and it's to benefit you or somebody else, I'm that person. I'm going to tell you, like, the real, like, what it is. Like, I want to see people better, do better, get through life, So, I think I'm gonna probably wrap up the video because I don't know why this camera keeps stopping on me. But like I say, devil is a liar. This ain't never do this before. But it's like when you're trying to be productive, it's like it's always some type of negative force trying to make its way into your world. And I'm blocking it out. I'm blocking it all out. I'm still going. If you don't take anything else from my message today, I want you to know that do not be defeated by your condition. I don't care what type of hyperhidrosis you're suffering from, or even if it's something else, another condition you may have, nothing to do with hyperhidrosis, you know. Persevere. Like, like for example, I went to beauty school. You didn't think I didn't think, damn, my hands sweat. Like, how am I going to do someone's makeup if my hands are sweating? I remember I went out with these girls back in the day, and I was doing like we had a hotel room. We had so much fun. I was doing my makeup in the room, and then they were looking like, one of the girls was like, hey Ash, can you do my makeup next? And I'm like, do your makeup? That's when I really like fell in love. Like damn, like that's really a thing. I don't have to just do my makeup. I can do somebody else's makeup, and then they actually want to give me some money to do that. Like, yeah, it feels good to get money for something that you can do effortlessly and something that you really love to do. That's why I say, like, you got to turn your passion into your profession. Makeup for me is like therapeutic. I can do my makeup. I love listening to music while I do my makeup. I wish I could play like full blown out music on here. You have to get permission though. I have to see like it's ways around that. You don't want no copyright. But on Instagram, I like to do like the makeup and music little video clips because honestly, when I'm at home, I do my makeup. I cut on the music, and I love listening to like up and coming artists. Like I'm always on SoundCloud trying to see what else is out there, like what's new. I love that. And then I just do my makeup without even thinking about it. And that's the key. When you do something that's effortless, like you don't even got to think twice about it. You don't got to, like you're just good at it naturally. That's what you're supposed to be doing, okay? Even if you make it a side hustle. I'm not just talking about makeup. Whatever it is that you do, maybe you can draw like nobody business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you, the person that's good with advice and people are always coming to you. Maybe you can fix a fucking refrigerator. Like you know about all those cords and stuff. My boyfriend, he's good with all that electrical stuff. He don't even got to think about it. Like he know about those wires and what to do. The light go out. He know how to, let me tell you something. Whatever you know how to do naturally, that's what you need to be doing. It's good to do it full time, but if you don't want to and you're doing something else, turn your passion or whatever you do naturally into at least your side hustle. This girl sticking braid like nobody business. Girl, why you not doing hair? Come on now. Anyway, I also want to speak on some of the stuff that I did for hyperhidrosis. Like for example, dry sol. This is dry sol. This I got by prescription. You can get this well, you have to get this in the United States by prescription. Okay? But when I first used this, I think I ordered dry sol from Canada. Like without no prescription. So if you were living in Canada, you can, I think y'all selling this over the counter, which I think is okay. Like the active ingredient in this is aluminum chloride and alcohol. Like I need a prescription for what? Okay, but whatever. So this is something that's topical. You it's actually still kind of full because just how you know like this shit don't work. It still smells strong. This is what the top look like. And basically, you have to make sure your hands are dry. So even using this, it was a battle. This is a topical treatment. I'm like, if this shit say make sure hands are dry before applying, sis, bruh, that's the reason why I need this because my hands ain't dry. Now you telling me wait till my hands dry to apply? you trying to play a little fucking prank on me, huh? I mean, This made my hand feel, it's like it could work, but it's a battle with putting it on. It just felt like something sticky was on my hand, like a little bit of friction. So it probably could work, but if your hand not absolutely dry, it ain't gonna work, sis. So I even was looking at YouTube videos. You will find YouTube videos out about dry solve. And like I remember seeing this boy's video and he was saying like, you know, do it when you like, of course, fresh out the shower or because you want to put this on at bedtime. So or you know, some people take a bath and don't go right to sleep. You know, they may want to eat some, watch TV some, chill out some. And I think I'm one of them. Like, I'm not going to bed just because I'm out the tub. I'm ready to watch TV and get my snacks. And I can't be putting this on my hand and eating. So I got to wait till I'm done with that. I go wash my hands. And with me, I try to wash my hands like, I don't know, like sometimes I would try some hot water or just some real cold water. I was really trying to figure out what was going to work. And then like I have a towel next to me, dry my hands off good. Okay, I got them dry enough. Put this on. I put it on heavy, baby. And then the boy was like, wrap your hand in saran wrap, you know, or like get a glove or something. That shit ain't work either because that would make my hand sweat more. But he was saying wrap your hand up because, you know, I'm a tosser and turner when I sleep and probably most people are. And, you know, you don't want to do this, you know, and then you got this all in on your hand. It's going to burn the fuck out your eye. You know, this just wasn't what it was for me. But that's something that you can try. You can ask your doctor for a prescription. Let your insurance cover that for you. So this, I can't really show my bottle, but this is a prescription pill. The generic brand is called glycopyrrolate. The brand name is Robenol. And what that pill does, it's supposed to make you dry, but it's something that you ingest. It's a pill. You take, well, I got this from my dermatologist. So I don't think you have to go to your primary. My dermatologist gave me this, right? Yeah, he was a good doctor too. Listen to me. So he told me to take like one as needed. You sure you want to tell me to take one as needed, dog? Listen, I was taking one a day. That wasn't working. So I stepped it up myself to 1.5 a day. And I'm going to tell you why I put a half. Because with just one, my throat would be so dry, I can't even swallow. Drinking water, that wouldn't even work. I felt like everything was dry but my hands. I'm talking about everything. Everything was dry but my hands. I'm like, no. So even like stepping it up to like 1.5, it was like too much. So 2 would have probably killed me. I probably wouldn't have had. Things that I have considered trying for my hyperhidrosis was like iontophoresis, you know, like where you put the water in the pan and then you got the cables and you put your hand in the water and it's supposed to shock you. It's supposed to shock you. That's how deep it was. Like you can Google iontophoresis and you will see them. Those units were very expensive and some people was even like making their own at home and like shocking themselves. I considered it, but it was like, I just looked at it like dry salt, like another topical treatment. Like, I don't think it's going to do nothing. And then really what I considered even more than that was Botox. And I heard Botox really does work. I only heard good reviews from Botox. So they would, I think they might put like a numbing cream on the palm. And then they would take a needle and make little injections like all around the hand, especially in the spots where you sweat the most. So they probably would have had to go up my whole palm, baby, get all up in here, inject me, inject me, inject me, inject me, inject me, like that. But when I saw it like on the YouTube video, and that person had like 1,000 little holes in their hands. And then the sad part about it, like I still was gonna go through with it, but the sad part about it was they was like it only lasts up to 6 months, and that's up to. So for everybody it's different. For me, it could have only lasted a month with my motherfucking luck. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I don't think that pain worth it for 6 months. And then I got to go back again and keep getting my freaking hand poked and then start looking like you need to be questioning me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Looking like something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna have. So listen, I just want y'all to know if you going through this situation, um, you're not alone. Just know that. Ask me anything, and I will follow up in another video, telling you about how did I survive beauty school with hyperhidrosis. So take away from this message that if it's something that you want to do that's going to be fulfilling to your life, something that you always wanted to do, don't let this condition deter you from being great. Go do it. Get through it because it's going to get better. And there's ways. So I'm also going to follow up with a video after that about the cure. And the cure is, well, for me at least, well, I say for me because it's my opinion, but I know it works because there's no other way if you understand anatomy. The cure is ETS surgery. If you haven't heard of it, Google it. It's a real thing. I no longer suffer from sweaty palms, and it's all because of ETS surgery. And I'm going to follow up about another video about my ETS surgery story. So stay tuned for that. And remember, guys, always love yourself and crown yourself. Thank you for listening.